All right, let's talk about one of the most common and honestly one of the most expensive phrases in all of personal finance. It sounds so simple, so responsible, but it hides this massive cost that can literally change your entire financial future. Come on, we've all said it, or at the very least, we've thought it. I'll start investing next month, or I'll definitely start saving more next month. And on the surface, it feels completely harmless, doesn't it? Like you're just making a plan. But as we're about to see, this one little sentence can be one of the worst habits you can have when it comes to your money. And that really gets us to the heart of what we're digging into today. Is putting things off by just 1 month a smart, calculated move? Or is it a habit that's slowly, quietly eating away at your financial future in ways you don't even see? Okay, so first up, let's break down exactly why waiting costs you actual real money, even if the markets are just kind of going sideways. The cost isn't always obvious, but trust me, it's always there. Here's the most important thing to get your head around. The problem isn't your intention. Wanting to start is great. The real problem is the delay itself. It creates this financial drag, a hidden cost that almost nobody ever actually sits down to figure out. So, the first and most direct cost of waiting really boils down to a simple idea, but one with huge, huge implications: opportunity cost. To put it simply, opportunity cost is kind of like the ghost of a better decision. When you choose to keep your money on the sidelines, you're not just doing nothing. No, you are actively choosing to miss out on any potential gains, any dividends, any growth that could have happened while you were waiting. You have to remember, money and markets are always moving whether you're in the game or not. And what's so powerful about looking at it this way is how it visualizes the loss. Every single one of those months you spend waiting isn't just a month ticking by on the calendar. It's a month where your money could have been in the system, working for you. Each of those waiting blocks is actually a missed opportunity block. And this, right here, is the key. This is the bottom line. Even if the market does absolutely nothing spectacular, you've lost something you can never, ever replace: time. Time in the market is one of the most powerful forces for building wealth, and every single day you wait is a day you can't get back. Okay, now let's take this to the next level, because this is where the cost of delay gets really serious. We all know and love compounding when it's working for us, right? Well, it has a dark side when we put things off. So let's just imagine two investors. They have the exact same plan, same amount of money. Investor A just starts. No big fanfare, not trying to time anything perfectly, they just get going. Meanwhile, investor B decides to wait a year. Maybe they're looking for the perfect dip in the market or just waiting until they feel more ready. It seems like such a small difference, right? But here's the invisible damage that's happening. When investor B skips that first year, they don't just miss out on whatever growth might have happened that year. No, what they really miss out on is all the future growth that those first-year gains would have generated for decades. That is the devastating power of compounding working in reverse. And wow, this chart just lays it all out there. What starts as a small delay, what seems like an insignificant little gap, just gets wider and wider over time. After 10, 20, or 30 years, that initial one-year delay can turn into a massive difference in how much money you end up with. Investor A's early start simply gave their money more time to build on itself. Just let that sink in for a second. You can always earn more money. You can always find a better investment, but you can never, ever get back lost time. It is the one resource in your financial life that is absolutely finite. Once a month is gone, it's gone for good. So if the math is so incredibly clear, why do so many of us still choose to wait? Well, the answer isn't on a spreadsheet. It's inside our own heads. Let's dig into the psychology behind this really common habit. Let's be honest, waiting feels safe. It feels comfortable. It feels like you're protecting yourself from making a mistake, from, buying at the absolute worst time. And in the very short term, that's true. But what we don't realize is that by avoiding the risk of mistakes, we also avoid any possibility of progress. Starting is the only way you actually get anywhere. And here is the great irony in all of this. It's the real kicker. So many people say, oh, I'll start when I feel more confident. But that is not how confidence works. Confidence isn't something you just get by reading more books. It's something you build by doing. The act of starting, even if it's small, is what creates the very confidence you are waiting for in the first place. So what's the solution then? If waiting is so expensive and starting feels so intimidating, what's the path forward? Well, it's all about shifting your mindset away from perfection and towards simple forward motion. This is the core idea right here. Getting started and building momentum is infinitely more powerful than sitting on the sidelines trying to come up with the perfect plan. I mean, the best financial plan on the planet is completely useless if you never actually put it into action. Momentum beats perfection every single time. And just look at how this works. It's a beautiful cycle. You start by taking one tiny, manageable step. That action teaches you something, so you learn from it, and you adjust. That process builds real confidence, the kind that comes from experience. And that confidence makes it easier to take the next step, which creates powerful momentum. So what's the practical advice here? How do you break the cycle? It starts right here. Forget the idea that you need some huge pile of cash or that you need to be a Wall Street genius. The first step is just to start with something small, something that feels almost too easy. And next, you have to let go of this need to have everything figured out. Your first investment does not have to be your best one. In fact, I guarantee it probably won't be. Your first strategy is going to change as you learn. The goal isn't to be perfect on day one. The goal is just to make progress. Because this is the most critical part of the entire equation. The timing, the amount, the specific strategy, all of that is secondary to the simple act of just beginning. The most expensive decision you can make is the decision to wait. And so, I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. This isn't about making you feel bad, it's about getting clear. Just take a moment and honestly ask yourself, what has I'll start next month already cost you? And what is it going to cost you if you say it one more time?